Hello guys, good afternoon. So we are here now live at our studio. It's the Global TV Network, and I hope you are there watching. So today we have a very special guest. It's going to be a testimonial episode. So this is one of our readers of our books, and at the same time, follower of our show. No, so this person is very close to my heart. She is my aunt, but more so, she is also a professor and a are you is it, am I right, Tita? Retired kawani ng gobyerno, used to be a public
Yes,
servant as well. Yes, so
yes,
please let
correct.
me welcome Tita Army Benedicto. Tita, can you greet
Uh,
our listeners,
yeah,
our viewers,
okay.
especially our families?
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone, especially to my fellow faster, advocate of Doc Grace, low carb and intermittent fasting. Actually, she is really a grace from God because siya lang gid ni ang naka-open sang nakasabat sang ansang pamangkot ko nga dugay na akong ginapangitaan sang sabat, no. So, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, so for those of you who are not Ilonggo speakers, so we will talk in Ilonggo, in Tagalog, and in English so that everybody can understand. But if you have comments, if you have anything that you want to clarify, please feel free to put in your comments, your questions in our comment section so that we can address them. Hello po, Inay Ara. So, Miss Ara Aguila, wife of Sir Dave, founder of LCIF, one of the pioneers here in the Philippines. Hello po. Thank you so much for watching. I feel so honored for you to be here. So, to start, Tita Army is, how old are you na ngayon, Tita?
Wow, I'm proud to be 66 right now.
Wow,
I'm
66
66
and
years
still
old.
very beautiful and stunning, no? So, Tita,
Thank
hello,
you.
Ma'am Regina. So, Tita Army is, I thank you po for sharing, Inayara. So, Tita Army is actually known to have diagnosed na merong hypertension 9 years ago. So, it was already 9 years ago nung nauna siyang nakita ng hypertension. So, you were then 57 years old, Tita, di ba?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
That was
And
right.
I
Yeah.
know, yes, and I know you are one of the healthy conscious. Hindi ka yung, like, ako personally, a few years ago, I was very, very unhealthy. Like, kumakain ng lechon every week at least, no? At may kasamang rice with soft drinks. At halos walang food na, walang mealtime na walang dessert. Usually, merong dessert talaga. But with you, I know you are one of the conscious ones. Hindi ka ba, are you, mahilig ka rin ba sa sweets or ano? Ano bang lifestyle mo noon?
Actually, I also eat sweets, no, before, and ang hindi ko lang gusto kainin kasi sinasabi noon na pag kumakain ka ng fats, tataas yung blood pressure mo. So, with
Yes.
the condition that I have before, so wala ako talaga kumakain. Hindi ako talaga kumakain ng ano ng
Kumakain ng
mga
pork.
pork. Oh, yan.
Okay.
Even
So, how long
butter
po?
I refuse na ano.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay.
tapos, mahilig ako talaga I'm really, mahilig sa organic foods 'no, mga vegetables,
Okay.
especially vegetables. Vegetable eater
Ah,
talaga ako. Tapos, so practically I avoid to eat, meat, red meat. Though ang kinakain ko na white meat yung chicken na ano ba yun, free range
walang
chicken
skin.
or chicken, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Pero hindi ako talaga kumakain ng lechon, kasi, sometimes
Kasi yun yung
nagche-cheat
turo
ako.
before eh.
Yun,
Yun yung turo
sabi
before,
nila,
di ba? All
"Oh, wag ka
doctors,
kumain ng
all
ano."
professionals,
Hmm,
yung sinasabi talaga, yung fats talaga yung may kasalanan. So,
yes, yes,
there are different mindset when it comes to food, no? So, yung known in the public is sweets and at the same time yung mga taba. And once you have illness like diabetes, hypertension, like you have, yung number one talaga na pinipigil is usually either salt and at the same time,
yes,
yung mga matataba, yung mga mantika.
yes,
So, you
yes,
followed yung known na nakakapataas na akala natin nakakapagpataas ng blood pressure.
yes,
So, you
yes.
avoided fats, you avoided pork, red meats in general, and also yung mga butter, pati yung mga oil. So before
Oh,
we
yes.
proceed, we would like to greet Sir Norwin, our producer here in Global TV Network. My brother Andrew. So hello, hello Tita Army. He is greeting you as well.
Hi.
Ramos Morte.
Hi,
Hello po.
Andrew.
Narami nila nag-online ngayon. Sumaya from UAE. Asadja Rosalina, thank you po. Nakaabot po kayo sa live. And I think it's her first day na magti 3 days siya na fasting. So, Tita, going back, kasi for those of you who are listener, si Tita is on the agriculture side. So, she has access to all these healthy foods, no? All these organic na mga vegetables, walang pesticides. Pero, hindi ka ba na parang na-shock the moment na nalaman mo na meron kang hypertension and thinking that you've been doing the right things all along?
Yes, that was a big question on my part kasi nung nagpa-check up ako, actually it was already a routine on my part na every year nag-annual check up ako, general check up, and then pati yung mga laboratory test ko. Tapos mayroong mga test na normal, pero usually
Okay.
yung pinaka irregular ko na results yung sa LDL, sa
Okay.
triglycerides, sa uric acid,
Okay.
sa HDL.
Okay.
So, lahat yun mga borderline. Tapos, there was a time na, I think last year, nagtanong ako sa doktor ko. Sabi ko, Doc, is it possible na kahit ibang mga there was an improvement a bit no on my I
Okay.
think LDL yon. So sabi ko Doc, is there a possibility na mag-normal yung mga test, magiging high blood ka pa rin? Sabi niya kasi kung
Ah,
mayroon
okay.
kayong hereditary daw sa bloodline sa mama na pwede daw. So
Mm.
sabi ko ano ba yan,
Mm.
parang hindi ko
Parang
makita
nakakawala ng
yung
hope, no?
connection, parang hindi ko makita yung connection na ano. So, all
Oo.
the time, very, very, very conscious ako sa kinakain ko. Kahit yung family ko,
Okay.
my children, may mga kapatid ko, kahit yung mga nieces and nephews ko, sabi, oh, si Mami Luya, mami ko, hindi naman kumakain ng ganun kasi, ano siya.
Mm.
But anyway, so that was a big question on my part. Sabi ko, ano ba talaga? I think there is a difference, no? Merong talagang mali sa somewhere
Oo.
along the line na bakit
Yes.
palagi pa na tumataas yung BP ko. So, yon nung sa'yo, sabi ko, I like this. I like this because what you are sharing is you always share what you have experienced. Ibig
Yes.
sabihin na you walk your talk. So gusto ko
Yes.
'yun. Hindi lang
Okay.
sinasabi na gano'n-gano'n pero wala namang actual experience.
Mm.
So that was
Mm.
I think that was September. September
This
na
year
first
only
this
or
year
last
only.
year? This year
This year.
only. Okay.
This year.
So,
So
magto 2 months na lang, tita, no?
oo, magto 2 months lang. So
Okay.
right after my birthday, I think, tinandaan ko yon yung date. Sabi ko, mag-start talaga ako. So, I started with a 12-hour na fasting. Kasi,
Na fasting.
yeah, kasi ako naman, kapag may gusto ko i-test or i-try, I
Yes.
start with a lower, tapos I
Yes.
adjust later
Mm.
on. Tapos,
Mm.
para makita
Slowly
ko
na,
kung
slowly but surely lang.
yes, yes. So, sabi ko, ang ganda pala ng feeling ko, tapos, yun, nakita
Kasi
ko na,
before yung mindset about fasting parang sobrang negative. kasi nga, kapag nagpapalaboratory ka ng 12 hours before, when you have to fast for 10 to 12 hours, the morning after, right after na withdraw na yung blood, parang kailangan mo kumain agad-agad, di ba? That was the
Oo, yes.
thinking. Kasi
Oo.
you fasted for that long. But no,
Oo.
the moment you learned about this, so for those who are new to this episode, new to this way of life, we are actually practicing intermittent fasting. That is what Tita Army said. We recommend starting at the lowest for those na wala pa talagang experience. 12 hours is the cut off because yun yung nakikita natin na nagsisimula na nag-break ng fats yung body natin when you've fasted. Before, if less than 12 hours, most likely you are fully relying on glucose. And as you go along with longer fast, mas dumadami yung source of energy mo coming from fats rather than glucose. So, yun yung transition sa tinatawag nating ketosis. So, Tita Army, even if she had been into healthy, somewhat healthy lifestyle na she tried everything, tapos nakita niya yung laboratories niya, halos hindi pa rin, although there's improvement, but there's not much improvement, but more so, yung blood pressure niya, at the same time, hindi ganun bumababa. So, as for me, we were raised as doctors in a way na we don't treat the laboratory values. We do not treat the lab results, but we treat the patient mismo. Hindi mo lang titingnan yung kung anong nasa lab results because for all you know, there can be so many other confounding factors. Pwede magkaroon ng error mismo sa laboratory and hindi siya yung definite nga in such a way na sinasabi nga namin 80% of the diagnosis, 80% of the treatment should come on clinical assessment. Clinical assessment lang sa pagkuha namin ng history, sa pag-check namin ng vital signs, it's all clinical. Clinical parameters lang. Yung mga laboratory values, walang kwenta yan. For example, if yung laboratory values mo all perfect, but you are feeling worse, wala kang energy, hindi ka makahinga, konting kinakain mo lang, sumasakit na yung batok mo. Di ba, I know, yun yung one of your manifestations, di ba? Na whenever you eat pork before, yung akala mo na kapag pork yung kinakain mo, sumasakit yung batok mo. So, how long ba were you able to abstain yourself somewhat in, kahit may mga mintis, pero for that 9 years, halos in-avoid mo ba talaga yung pork noon, tita?
Yes. So, noon, nung buhay pa yung husband ko, sinasabi niya, ang usual, ginamba nato nga, talagsama lang na. Pero kulbaan ko, I'm scared because nga, they are not the one who feel the pain. Tapos, sumasakit talaga yung bato ko, kahit konti lang na pork. So, I gina-connect ko doon sa pork na kinakain ko yung ng pakiramdam ko.
Kasi, tita, akala natin, yung kasama ng pork, ang kasama ng pork na akala natin inosente, yun pala yung kasi pork lang yung natatandaan natin. But yung totoo, ano ba ang kasama ng pork nun, nung kumakain ka before?
Siyempre,
anong kasabay ng pork, tita?
May rice, may may valenciana pa, especially kung nasa party ka, di ba? So, I didn't know about that, na it's the carbohydrates that we eat ang trigger talaga ng natin. So, I like this advocacy, no? So, sabi ko, nako, yung family natin, di ba? Ang family natin is, may tayo mayroon tayong sugar central. Sugar central tayo. Yung pinoproduce natin na sugar, mga kedanless. So, hindi mapakinabangan, pero nakasakit tayo doon. Tapos, we have also this high blood namana sa mga parents natin. So, sa mother side ko, sa ni mami, talagang may line of diabetes, no? Diabetic talaga ang family. Tapos, on my father's side, yun ang sa high blood pressure. So, sabi ko, nako, alam mo, Doc Grace, talagang takot ako pumunta sa ospital. Yun ang totoo. Takot pa rin ako sa blood, no? Kaya as much as possible gusto ko I'm really in a good health, no. Ayaw ko talaga pumasok doon sa big
Yes.
house na 'yon. So, 'yun, I try to be conscious with my health. And I try to
Mhm.
avoid before those things, mga fats, mga oil na 'yan. Kasi 'yun ang na-brainwash sa mind ko na sa atin siguro mostly of us na brainwash tayo na ang
Yes.
pinaka-culprit ng
Mm.
high blood, ng diabetes is the sugar and mga fats, no? Yun ang sinasabi sa atin. Di
Yes.
natin pala nalaman na yung carbohydrates which we love to eat. I'm a lover of pasta. I love to eat palabok. I
Yeah,
love
same
to eat
here.
I love to eat the tuna pasta of one of the good restaurant here in Bacolod. I love to eat a lot of pastas. Basta gusto ko pasta and I like
Mm.
curd, I like
Mm.
root crops. Yun ang mga gusto ko. So yun pala, sila
Mm.
yung mga ano, yung mga hindi
Culprit.
maganda, mga culprit na nagbibigay ng
Mm.
illness sa atin. So salamat
Oh,
na
yes.
nandito ako ngayon. Nakita ko yun talaga yung
Yes.
'di ba, I sent a message to you before. I think that was last week.
Yes.
When I informed you, I
Yes.
want a hard evidence of what I have practiced, no? Yung
Ah.
low carb, tapos
Yes, of
intermittent
totoo ba? Kasi since
oo,
September, wala ka na ano no, so only after last week, so about 6 weeks ba tita or 2 full months no, na
two
you
full
are
months.
into fasting and at the same
Yes,
time
yes,
na
oo,
low carb na din. So for
oo,
the first time in 2 months after 9 years na wala talagang from the typical nga lifestyle,
oo,
doon ka lang nagpa-laboratory. So, ano po yung
oo.
blood results niyo, tita?
So, 'di ba sabi ko, yearly nagpa-ano ako, nagpa-regular talaga ako ng lab test. Pero,
Nagpapa-annual. Yes.
oo, nagpa-annual test ako. Pero ito nung mag-start ako sa ating advocacy on low carb and intermittent fasting, sabi ko, I want a hard evidence of what I'm doing. So, yun, nagpa-laboratory ako and hallelujah talaga kasi lahat ng result ko all normal. Kahit yung mga borderlines ko na mga
Wow.
LDL, mga triglyceride ko, mga
Mm.
SGPT ko, yung blood sugar ko, talagang ano sila, nakakataba ng puso na
Within
gano'n
normal
yung
limits talaga. Mm.
normal na normal. Tapos
And,
'di
di
ba
ba, tita, for the first time in years, kumain ka na ng pork. Tama ba yon? Kasi umorder ka ata eh. Alam ko,
yes,
umorder ka ng
yes.
pork.
So my daughter Cheska was surprised na nagluluto na ako ng pork sa dalawa lang kami sa bahay. So, nagluluto na ako ng pork, tapos
Okay.
kumain na ako ng pork because sabi ko,
Oh.
I want to prove na hindi talaga yung pork ang
Mm.
ang dahilan ng
Yung masama.
pag-akyat ng blood pressure ko. So yun, walang reaction. So now I feel
Wow.
confident and at peace, at peace eating with pork. And
Yes.
sabi ko, hindi lang ito sabi-sabi kasi I have experienced it, no? So I myself can
Mm.
testify na
Mm.
talagang eating low carb will really give us a very good health, no? Mag-i-improve talaga yung health natin. Tapos it's a big help also ang intermittent fasting. Kasi noon, Doc Grace, we have this annual fasting din sa community, sa Catholic Church. And
Okay.
pero
Okay.
after fasting iba yung style ng approach namin. Kumain kami talaga ng ano,
Ah,
parang refeeding type
feast
'no na
talaga.
so
Oh,
we have this hot soup. But we eat a lot of carbohydrates kasi fasting kami ng matagal eh.
yes.
Tapos
Ah.
we eat although we have some meat as well, no? But so as siyempre ako hindi ako
Limited.
kumakain. Yeah, yeah. And yun, so itong low carb and intermittent fasting natin, I think it was really a grace for me. For me,
Yeah.
I have seen
Kasi
how
ano siya,
effective.
tita, it's sustainable. Yes.
Yes,
You have
yes,
seen that it's effective for you. And how about sa lifestyle? Was it restrictive? Was it that difficult? I know for some, it's hard to let go. Pero the
oo,
moment you see how effective it is, the moment you know, you become more sensitive with what you feel, alam mo sa sarili mo, you're feeling good, that you're really
yes,
healing. Nakikita mo talaga, alam mo na it's an easy option. What do you
yes,
think,
yes.
Tita?
Yes, I agree. I totally agree with that. No? At tapos, isa yung sa mga, I think, pwede ko i-ano, no, is, though disciplinarian ako, no, I really
Okay.
follow instructions and strictly na muna. Pero with this na ano, hindi ako talaga kahit nakita ko yung pwede kainin, parang ma-tempt ka na ano po, I have this discipline not to do it because I'm on fasting at the same time. Talagang yung self-control mo ma-improve mo talaga. Self-discipline at saka self-control. Yun ang pinakaimportante
Yeah.
kasi kahit sasabihin ng lahat na ganito yun, maganda yun, ito yung experience namin, tapos hindi mo naman na-develop yung self-discipline at saka self-control, parang walang saysay din. Kasi kahit mag-follow ka,
Yes.
pero in mayroon ka ring tendency to to
Mm.
go no beyond the ano na gumawa ka ng hindi mo na control yung self mo kasi nakita mo na yung
Yes.
effect tapos yun pang gagawin mo so parang walang saysay yung mga efforts mo.
Yes.
Mm.
It's also a matter of commitment. So if I think how for me, if you have to sum up the journey, it will start first with realizing that you need to improve something. The moment you realize that what you are doing now is not really all good, so something is wrong, something needs to change. And then the next part
Yes,
would be open-mindedness. You have to be open, especially with this way of life na hindi siya yung ina-advocate ng karamihan. But we believe, no, us na practitioners of this way of life, we really believe na it's sooner or later, it's going to be the known trend. It's going to be
yes,
the known popular trend. It's
yes,
only a matter of
yes,
time. But we may be 20, 30 minutes too late already by then. Baka by the time that it happens, too late na. Meron na tayong mga illness na irreversible na hindi na talaga maka-go beyond. It's like going to point of no return. So I really commend Tita Army because even if sinasabi kasi nila kapag nagkakaedad ka na, you are already an old dog, you who cannot learn anything anymore, especially if yun yung mindset, di ba? Yung takot na takot tayo sa taba, takot na takot tayo sa sa baboy, takot tayo sa ulam, takot tayo sa red meat kasi yun yung sinasabi, takot tayo sa asin kasi yun yung sinasabi na yun yung punot dulo ng lahat. But I really commend Tita Army for being open-minded enough, no, to read the books, to know the benefits, and to try it herself if it really works. And evidence-based ba? Kasi nga, she's a professor, so hindi pwedeng hanggang kwento-kwento lang, hanggang hearsay lang, hanggang basta-basta sabi-sabi lang. She has to try it herself, and she put it in such a way na evidence-based, na nagpa-laboratory talaga siya. Only after 2 months of this way of life na for the first time in 9 years na kumakain siya ng baboy as she pleases, no? And yet, for the first time, normal blood pressure, everything feeling good, and looking even greater, tita. Hindi na tayo nagkita since pandemic, but you look way, way, way younger than I last see you.
thank
And
you,
then,
thank you.
and of course, we have that laboratory results to prove it. I saw the pictures of the laboratory that she took. Everything is within normal limits, even the LDL. Kasi yung LDL, sometimes we have this parang window na we have allowable na more than the normal people na mga LDL, it's somewhat elevated for those going into low carb, especially na fat adapted na. Kasi when you are fat adapted, you are no longer dependent on glucose as a source of energy. So this is somewhat understandable when your LDL is elevated, kasi yun yung nagiging easy utility of energy mo na. But triglycerides, as much as possible, it should be kept low. And I'm so proud of you kasi lahat ng yon all in check, all within normal limits. So, before we proceed, let's say hi sa mga nanonood sa atin live. Si Jessie, nakasama ko yan ng September. Dahil yung September natin na extended fasting. Kasi Tita Army, I think, was able to do 3 days fasting, Tita, di ba? So,
Yes.
for those who are listening, no? 3 days, ha? And Tita Army is already 66 years old. So, kung kaya niya, how much more tayo? How much more anybody younger? But age is not a factor here. Only the mindset. So, that is what we're trying to educate everyone. The mindset is the most important thing. Knowing that fasting is even done in all religions regularly, annually, on routine, it only goes to show that our body can really tolerate it, that our body can really take in fasting. Nes Dohenya Sagadal, hello. Eleanor, Miss Eleanor, she is a very good friend and a very good testimony din. Meron siyang very good story din about this way of life. Nylaster Destiny, good evening po. Mel Garcia, April Palma, my good classmate watching from Victoria City. My mom, of course. And tita, nagpapagreet si Vanessa Grace, no? My cousin, my second cousin, and your sister, Jocelyn Olivares Benigno. So, Tita Nining, good evening. So, Sadja Rosalina, hello po. My brother, Hernan Galores, Ava, Angelica Pascual. Hello, good evening sa inyong lahat. Joanna May Villamor, easier said than done po, Ma'am Julie Mar, pero laban. Yes, easier said than done. Pero it can be done. What's important is it can be done. It's a matter of, so after ng natin realizing that we need to improve something and then being open-minded to this new way of life. And then next is actually the commitment for you to really commit on doing this. And once you start committing, it can be part of way of life. Initially, you will need a lot of self-discipline. But the moment you become used to it, na it becomes a lifestyle, yun nga sabi ng brother ko, he read this book about, anong title nun? Better Than Before na book, no? Yung topic na doon is decide, then don't decide. So, ibig sabihin, initially, you have to decide to commit into a lifestyle, to commit into a change for the better, to whatever that may be, behavior-wise or kung ano man yan. And the moment na it becomes your normal, the moment that it becomes your routine, it becomes parang integrated na in your system, that's the point na you no longer need to decide because it is already become your new normal. So, yung self-discipline na sinasabi natin, actually, it's just on the start. But eventually, once your body gets used to it, and we are very much resilient, no, to and in getting used to something, that's the time na it's gonna be a no-brainer. Hindi ka na nag-iisip. Automatically, kahit may handa pa dyan, kahit nagbakasyon ka sa ibang lugar and then you see breakfast there served, you know sa sarili mo na wala kahit gano pa dyan. Parang sasama, alam mong sasama yung pakiramdam mo when you go into that, knowing kung ano ang reaction ng body mo. You know when is eating too much, you know when is enough, di ba, tita? So
Yes,
we
yes.
have Miss TP here. We also have, so Joanna May, if you want to know more, meron tayong beginners na video. Ginawa ko yan sa YouTube. Look at my channel and you can try to subscribe, Dr. Josephine Grace Rojo. So, and Chloe, our dear Chloe from Japan, no? Hello po daw, Tita Army. And
Hello, Flo.
nakikita, tita. Ay, nako, nag-joke pa si Miss Chloe. So, yun, if you have questions, feel free to add. And tita, do you want to greet your, or sino ba? Kasi in this way of life, it's good that we started this on our own. Kasi at the start, kahit ako, parang natatakot din ako basta-basta i-recommend to others. Kasi malay mo, baka makakasama sa kanila when you haven't tried it yourself. But since I started this, although it was the first time, but sinama ko talaga si Maming kasi at naniniwala siya sa akin based on research only when we first tried fasting. So it was a 4.5 days and good thing the results were okay and we are almost 2 years now in this way of life. And hindi magiging enough. The moment you've seen the benefits on yourself, you know it's going to be selfish if you are not going to help others, if you are not going to at least man lang no try to influence or try to educate, especially yung loved ones natin. So tita, sa mga loved ones natin, may masasabi ka ba? Ano ba, do you have anything that you wish to impart to them? It's your feel free to say. Kung meron kang gustong i-mention dyan, mention mo na at saka panood natin sa kanila
Okay.
yung replay if they're not on live.
Okay. So, I remember last October we have family gathering because it was the birthday of my sister, youngest sister. And they were shocked to see me na payat ako because I have reduced, I think, mga 4
Oh!
kilos. I reduced 4 kilos. But what is amazing is
Oh!
payat ako pero yung face ko parang malaman pa rin, 'no.
Bumata.
So,
Ah,
sabi ng
yeah.
sister ko oo, sabi ng sister ko, "Ang payat mo day, hindi daw bagay sa akin na payat." Sabi ko, I'm into low carb and intermittent fasting because I want to be the best version of myself. So, yun siguro ang pinakagusto ko rin na mangyari sa kanila. Yung mga sisters ko, especially, yung mayroon na silang ano, nakapa-enroll na sila sa
Maintenance.
diabetes. So, may maintenance sila.
Oh.
So, hindi ko naman gusto na forcibly i-ano ko sila, but they have the option. And I want them to
Yeah.
know na nandito na ako. I have already experienced.
Mm.
And so siguro yung pinaka best decision ay sa kanila na. So, 'di ba
Yeah.
sinasabi natin na we always walk our talk so that other people will be convinced of what we are saying. So ito na ngayon yung sinasabi ko. We'll try sa yung mga sinasabi ni Doc Grace. And I have proven it in myself. No? So I hope na sila rin. And yun din ang wish ko sa kanila na magiging maganda din ang katawan nila, mag-ano sila,
Mm.
maging back to normal na yung body system. At saka
Yes.
malaking savings yun, 'di ba? Kapag wala ka ng maintenance, wala ka ng mga wino-worry
Yes.
about your
Oo.
you feel at
Mm.
peace,
Mm.
you feel light every time. Ang experience ko ngayon, Doc Grace, is every morning, I usually wake up at 4. That's my usual
Mm.
waking hour.
Wow.
So,
You're an early bird,
before
tita.
my body is heavy, no? Parang ayaw ko talagang bumangon kasi because that feeling, mayroon pa akong ano na high blood, no? So ngayon, every time I wake up in the morning, parang ang saya-saya ko na kasi ang gaan-gaan ng pakiramdam ko. Tapos, I really
Oh, that's so
and
nice.
tapos yung usual ko na ginagawa is, ino-open ko yung back door namin, yung sa kitchen. Tapos andun kasi
Mm.
makikita mo ang light ng dawn is, so parang ang joy ko, parang hindi ko ma-express on that. Pero
Mm.
sabi ko, "Salamat Lord kasi ito na yung sagot mo sa mga katanungan ko before na hindi ko alam bakit, I try my best na 'di ba sinasabi, your body is the temple of God. So, kailangan gusto ko, healthy ako, wala akong ano, pero bakit na marami akong ina-avoid na food, bakit, ano pa masama pa rin yung blood pressure ko, tumataas pa rin. So sabi ko, Lord, sana bigyan mo ako ng pagkakataon na makita ko yung full joy na talaga na I really feel healthy, no? Ah, mas magaan yung feeling na parang wala na akong worry about my health, wala na akong worry baka kasi yung pinakamasakit, Doc Grace, is those experiences that I had. Hello? Hello? Doc Grace?
Nawala, no? Hello? Are you still
Okay,
there, Tita?
sorry. Oo, nandito pa ako. So, to
Ay, thank
continue.
you. Akala ko nawala. Sige, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for sticking out. Before you continue, Tita, meron muna. Miss
Okay.
Monette, Tita Margie is asking about if normal lang ba if you are no longer craving for food even after long hours of fasting? Would there be chances of developing eating disorders? So I will answer that in a while. And our beloved Tintin, so proud of you, mommy. Beautiful inside and out. So si Tintin nagpaano talaga.
Thank you, Tin.
Low, I have convinced my mama to do low carb. So true, walk the talk. I'm so proud of you. No, as if no, yung something good about this lifestyle is once you know about it, you become an expert to it talaga. Hindi siya kailangan ng sobra-sobrang like years of experience. And that is something that although people are asking me, but I just said that just read the book and you can own it. Whatever knowledge is there, you can own it and you can walk the talk. And I encourage you to do the same. Become an advocate mismo, and you can inspire others. You can let them see kung anong effect sa'yo. And people will just eventually listen. Kahit pa for the first time, medyo resistant, just remember, all of us, the first time we heard it, merong somewhat resistance dyan, kahit may doubt. But it's a matter of you making it more consistent, you showing consistency yourself, and then eventually others will just get inspired. Yes, walk the talk indeed po talaga. So, Tita, continue.
Actually, ang pinaka-main goal ko in advocating this low carb and intermittent fasting is not to reduce, but
Yes.
ang health ko no talaga because we had this bad experience. I myself, no, parang hindi ko yan gusto ma-experience din ng family ko, especially my children. My mother namatay siya because of complication due to diabetes. My father
Mm.
died also because of a high blood pressure, no? Yun. So, and the latest was the death of my husband. Yung
Mm.
sinasabi nila na um, matumba ka lang wala pilas. Parang ganon
Yes.
ang nangyari
Uh,
sa husband ko. Hindi siya
so in
na-hospitalize.
Tagalog, no, you will just fall. In English, you will just fall without any wounds. Yun.
Yes.
And yun talaga nangyayari. So
Oo.
the top 10 most common cause of death is actually not related to trauma or wounds. So all that, yung wounds na hindi nakikita sa labas, but it's the
Yes.
injury that's inside. Injury in our blood vessels, in our heart, in our lungs, in our brain. Yun yung totoong nakakaano. So, yes, Tita. I know you
So,
were never overweight. That's why hindi talaga hindi talaga weight loss yung goal mo, but it's more on
yeah,
health talaga.
yes.
Yung weight loss mo bonus na lang. Pero I
Bonus na
know
lang
that
yun.
was not
Oo.
that wasn't your goal. Yes po.
Kaya, oo. So, sabi ko, bakit nangyari yun sa husband ko when my husband is very religious in taking his medicines?
Mm.
So, ano siya, completos ricados man siya kasi mayroon siyang diabetes because bloodline Manila mayroon eh. Tapos sa high blood, tapos may heart ailment pa siya. So, parang ganon. So, nang mangyari yan sa kanya, na namatay siya na few hours nag-uusap pa kami sa phone. Tapos pagdating ko
Oo.
sa bahay, yun na ang nangyari, wala na siya. So,
Mm.
very painful, 'di ba? Painful yun.
Mm.
So sabi ko, mayroon talagang mali dito
Mm.
sa way of life natin, no?
Traditional way
Oo.
of life na
Kasi
nalaman natin.
bakit namatay yung husband ko when very religious siya sa medicine niya, sa mga
Mm.
maintenance niya? Anong nangyari? So, yun ang pinaka big question on my part na even sa akin, no? But
Oo.
kahit mga kinakain ko mga healthy foods, mga ano, but tumataas pa rin yung BP ko.
Dati. Mm.
So yun. So yun ang pinaka main goal ko talaga na ma-discover ano talaga yung mali doon sa lifestyle ko. Ano
Mm.
dapat ko i-change? Anong dapat ko
Mm.
i-practice na para I can maintain a healthy life
Yes.
na yung mga anak ko hindi magwo-worry na, "Ay, si mommy nandun sa
Mm.
hospital, ay, si mommy nagkasakit." And, gusto ko, Doc Grace, if ever God calls me, I'll just, close my eyes without being there lying in bed in the hospital.
Mm.
Yun ang pinaka-goal ko na I'm praying to God na, "Lord, I'm trying to be the best of myself,
Mm.
so give me this grace and, sana yung family ko, maging gano'n din ang maging goal nila." Kasi 'di ba, happy tayo kapag hindi tayo nagkasakit. So
Yes.
so sinasabi nila nga, good health is really our
Mm.
wealth. So, I want to prove na talagang wealth yung good health na, gusto
Yes,
ng
tita.
Panginoon na ma-ano na makamtan natin 'no, marating natin sa
Oo.
ating buhay. So,
Yes,
yun
tita.
ang pinaka-happy experience ko ngayong kahit COVID, mayroon tayong COVID. Ito yung the best experience na nangyari
Yes.
sa akin,
Yes.
nitong
Mm.
2020.
Yes, tita, I couldn't agree more, especially ang dami-daming health na nag-deteriorate with COVID. I know as much as possible, I don't post so much na grabe talaga sa COVID because it is somewhat a very trivial na type, no? But what is something consistent about COVID that I really believe in is mamamatay ka lang if you already have something that is wrong within your body. But if you have the best of health, if your immune system is intact, regardless of age, bata, matanda, or middle age, young adult, hindi siya based on what you can see. Hindi siya based on the amount of muscles that you can see. Hindi siya based on the akala mo kasi marathoner, hindi na siya magkakasakit. Exercise is good. It will give your body stamina. It can accommodate stress, but physical stress. Pero inside, what's going on inside, you really have to take care because the problem lies when you are uh, practicing some kind of resistance from stress on your or other side of the body. Like for example, your weightlifting. So you're putting tension to your muscles, but at the same time, you are eating a lot of carbs in between. Just thinking, just considering, kasi nag-exercise naman ako, you are challenging, you are insulting your liver, your kidneys, your blood vessels, and yung sugar intake, hindi lang siya dependent on insulin, but the insulin will keep on rising the moment na mataas din yung sugar. But there are other body parts na hindi dependent on insulin, but they can get drowned. Parang mamamatay sila. Parang pwede silang oversaturate with sugar, and that can cause permanent damage. Yun yung sa blood vessels natin. Because sugar can saturate and can damage the nerves and blood vessels even walang insulin spike. So, hindi sila dependent. So, kahit walang insulin, although ang large part of causes are insulin na elevated, but kahit walang insulin, the presence of too much sugar can already make you blind, can already
Hmm,
damage your kidneys and can already damage the nerves. That's why yung mga diabetics nagkakaroon ng diabetic foot, yung parang napuputulan na lang ng paa. The most
hmm,
common cause of amputation, for those of you who do not know ngayon, the most common cause of amputation of the legs is brought about by diabetes. So it's just lifestyle. At hindi siya nagkagano'n siya, nagiging gangrenous siya, yung namamatay yung paa, kasi it starts with polyneuropathy. Polyneuropathy meaning yung nerves hindi na siya gano'n ka-sensitive. So hindi niya alam kung nakaapak na siya ng something pointed or meron siyang nagkaroon siya ng sugat kasi hindi na sensitive yung nerves niya. So our sensation, our intact sensation, sensory nerves is actually an indication of good health. So kapag nakaapak ka, for example, sa bato at hindi mo na feel na masakit na pala, You can also do needle prick, pin prick. Kuha ka ng needle. Of course, wag mo namang basta-basta sa loob. You try to do pin prick sa paa mo, sa soles mo, just so you can check your sensitivity. So you can check if you have neuropathy. Because if you already have neuropathy, that is already probably a sign na baka too much na, elevated na yung sugar mo na hindi lang na-detect. So it's really important. But before we go, I would like to answer Tita Margie's question na kapag normal lang ba na kapag sanay ka na sa fasting, even after prolonged fasting is wala ka ng gana, can it result to eating disorders? So first, when you do fasting, you're actually becoming appetite corrected. Yung appetite mo will no longer depend on your routine, will no longer depend on time of the day or on occasion, but it will depend on your body's needs, no? So and truthfully, yung kailangan ng body pala natin na pagkain is not so much. Hindi ganun kadami. That's why, that is the reason na even after your planned fasting, meron pa mga time na wala kang gana. It's not because nagkakaroon ka na ng eating disorder, but your body has been so efficient na hindi na siya, nakaka-function na siya in only a very limited amount of food. Kasi yun talaga yung normal ng katawan ng tao. We are so used with fasting evolutionarily, sa evolutionary side as hunters and gatherers, na sanay tayo with prolonged fasting. And the return of hunger, yung sabi nilang the return of hunger after fasting, that is an indication already that your body needs more nourishment. And as per eating disorder, that is also the reason why this is intermittent fasting, especially the incorporation of fasting, is only recommended for adults na hindi pa mga younger ones. Kasi although there are a lot of younger children, marami na ngayong childhood obesity, mga bata that can benefit from fasting, but it shouldn't be done forcibly on them. Dahil it can lead to psychological, psychiatric imbalance na possibly magkaka-lead to eating disorders alone. So for those who have children, it's better to start them with low carb. Make them know, you educate them the effects of food, and then as much as possible as the adult in the house, you do you walk the talk as what we just said. Kasi the children will just follow what the adults do. Yun lang talaga. They are the great masqueraders. They are the great mimickers rather. They are the great mimickers. Susundin na nila kung anong ginagawa mo. So tita, I understand so well where you are coming from. Especially na akala natin we're already doomed kasi nga family-wise, my dad, si Papa, namatay siya with complications of diabetes at the age of only 55 years old, so very young. So akala natin it's all familial. At as what you said, your doctor said na sinabi sa'yo na pwedeng maging abnormal yung lab results mo, but yung BP mo pwede mataas pa din kasi familial. Before I can say I must have believed that at one point, but knowing what we know now, familial, it's not really 100% genetics. It's more on familial because of family habits, family lifestyle, because families always stay together, always eat together, same grocery, same patterns of living. That's why it becomes familial. But you know now, for example, you'll know that it's really not true. Kasi kapag ang mga siblings, nagka-kanya-kanya ng lifestyle, and then, for example, you during your mini reunion last October, you know that it's not really familial because you've reversed your hypertension just by lifestyle alone. And yung sinasabi mong about your face na hindi na mamayat, hindi parang kahit you've lost weight, but your face still looks full, no? Parang healthy pa din. Kasi it is a process of autophagy. Yung autophagy, yung paglo-lose weight mo, initial lang yan na yung skin maglo-lose. But eventually, it will pick up. No, it will pick up. Hindi siya magsasagi, hindi siya magaganyan. Because autophagy, it will make the elasticity of your skin can even improve. So, it's very, very visible on your side. And can you tell us more? Di ba you mentioned about your gray hair? Para naman merong ma-inspire dyan. Baka merong nagbibili na ng gray hair na dyan. What did you notice about your gray hair?
Okay, I was really amazed kasi actually nag-start na ko dye this pandemic last May because I was shocked to see in the mirror na parang dungan ba, parang maraming
Sabay-sabay. Sabay-sabay
sabay-sabay
silang lumabas.
lumabas yung white hair ko. Sabi ko, "Oh, ano ba 'to?" So, unexpectedly, iyon ang nakita ko sa sa one morning ng
During
tumingin ako
pandemic.
hair.
Mm.
So, sabi ko, I will start dyeing my hair. So, sabi ko yun. And then, 'di ba, join ako sa low carb this September. Pero I
Yes.
was amazed na nitong I think 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago ba yung sinabi ko sa inyo?
Yes.
Nung pinaano ko yung hair ko, parang yung may mga white hair pa rin, pero mga
Yes.
maliliit sila, tapos nasapawan sila ng mga new growth hair na black. Tapos ang
New growth na
dami-dami
black.
ang
Wow!
dami nila. Tapos, sabi ko, "Oh, ano ba 'to?"
Amazing!
Sabi ko, "Ano ba 'to? Is it yun na nag-ano ko, nag-message ko sa'yo. Sabi ko, "Ano ba 'to? Effect ba 'to ng lifestyle ko ngayon na ginagawa na parang kung sa mga young people, parang may mga baby hair pa ako na tumutubo dun sa
Oh!
so,
Wait lang
dumami
pa.
yata.
Okay.
Ang dami-dami hanggang ngayon,
Lizzie, come, Lizzie, come.
so yun, so I hope na totally mawala yung gray hair ko. Kasi marami ng black hair na na tumutubo. Ang dami-dami talaga.
Na
So,
tumutubo. So, it's really a very good hope, no? Kasi
mm,
akala natin, once you start growing gray hair, forever na siya at hihintayin mo na lang talaga na magiging puti na lang lahat. So,
mm,
amazing. I've heard a lot of that, no? But it's the first time that I've seen it na sa first hand, nakilala ko talaga. And ngayon, tita, you are really, really looking very, very younger. So, my friend April said, how about Hilab Doc? My father experiencing quite some time, my mother also. What should be the alternative foods or what to do? I'm not sure. Anong hilab, tita? Hilab? Anong hilab?
parang may hunger,
Sakit?
may
Parang
fever,
pain? Hunger pangs.
parang
Okay.
hunger
Parang
pangs.
sa sikmura. Parang
Oo,
sakit sa sikmura. Parang
oo.
usually like na-associate with sobrang gutom or hyperacidity, no?
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Okay. So, that hunger pangs is just a start. And it will be worse kapag yung previous diet is high carb. So, for those na, I think Miss Monette made a summary ng post natin about last video na gumawa siya ng summary how to go about this. It was very good. I said I will try to share it. Kaya lang na-share niya sa ating page. So, yes, from time to time, ginugutom because they are still fueling on carbs. At saka sabi nila, to make it short, carbohydrates is really addicting. Now, whenever you feel, kapag kumakain ka, it's only a short time. Gugutumin ka naman ulit. And it's not your body talking, but it's your addict brain, addict of carbs that is very much dependent and reliant on carbs that is telling you to eat. But nutritionally, it's not needed. But it will be like that. Grabe yung urge to eat if you are into carbohydrate intake. That's why yung sinabi ni Miss Monette na yung summary niya from our Friday video, kapag hindi pa prepared, start with low carb first. Eliminate the carbs, just replace it with something with protein and fats. The easiest no-brainer of all is just eggs. For breakfast, instead of eating scrambled egg and rice, just eat 3 eggs or 4 eggs or 5 eggs without the rice. You will see the difference. If you don't do that, you'll never get out of being dependent on carbohydrates, on being dependent of sugar, at hindi talaga yan mawala. So I'm so happy that my brother Alvin is watching right now and live here. Hello, Fave eldest kuya, Fave
yes.
brother-in-law together. Oh, of course. Nandyan yung lahat ng favorite ko sa buhay. Magkasama sila ngayon. So hello all of you, Mr. and Mrs. Chu, my sister, my brother-in-law Ken, and my brother Alvin. I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be able to see him soon. So, yun. And Miss Eleanor, di ba, sobrang wow talaga. And for those, speaking of mga malulusog na face, tita, because I grew up talaga hating my face kasi sobrang laki ng mukha ko. Kahit ano pang mangyari, as yung para akong malaking-malaki na parang akala ko yung mga Einstein na gumaganyan sa car, na gumagano ng ulo, yun yung feeling ko sa sarili ko. And my mom will just tell me, make me feel good by saying na, okay nga yan, kasi malayo pa lang, nakikita na kita. So yun yung sinasabi niya sa akin to make me feel good. But of course, it's not making me feel good kasi alam kong malaki talaga yung mukha ko. But now, na-appreciate ko na siya. Kasi minsan, may mga times na mas pumapayat talaga ako, but never naman below my BMI. So kahit sobrang payat ko, my face will never look malnourished kasi meron talagang laman. So I get to appreciate it. And for you, you are really, really looking great and really looking beautiful na walang maniniwalang you're already 66 years old. So si
Thank
Sir
you.
Norwin, mag-low carb na uli ako. Bye-bye Coke Zero. Oo, wag na because yung Coke Zero, it's full of artificial sweetener that will actually trigger sugar addiction more than real sugar. Kasi iba yung kaya lang effect on the brain. It's not even, especially for those no na with problem with neuro-wise, or if we have family members na may problem with brain, like any brain disorders, pwedeng may stroke or iba psychiatric disorders na merong problem, they have the worst effect on the nerve. So as much as possible, wala talaga. So it can trigger addiction worse than sugar. So mag low carb na ulit. Yes, low carb na ulit. And my brother Alvin watching, pa-shout out naman dyan. Hi, Maming and Angela. Hello. Yes, of course, my brother Alvin Chuaroha. He's my favorite eldest brother. And then si Mandrew, favorite na middle brother, middle, and si Bapi yung youngest brother namin na mas matanda sa akin. Yung mga dogs ko ano kasi merong thunder, takot na takot sila kapag umuulan. So tita, we are already almost an hour, parang matatapos na tayo, but we have to do you have anything that you want to share with our guests or any last word for them?
Okay, to all our viewers, we always make a choice in our lives, no? And I hope you choose the best choice, no? Siguro sa akin, yun ang pinaka ano ko sa family ko, especially for my sisters who are listening, for my nieces and all those family members. Um, i-ano na natin, let's make a great choice in our life kasi hindi natin alam kung ano talaga yung pinaka-purpose ng Panginoon sa atin. But choosing the best for ourselves, I think that will be a very big grace na pwede natin iwan na legacy to our children or to our grandchildren that what we did, what we have chosen are the best not only for us but also for them. So sana you will make the best choice na para sa iyo, sa katawan natin, but also for the whole family. So good luck to all of us, and we hope we'll be enjoying our advocacy on low carb and intermittent fasting. So God bless everyone.
Thank you, Tita. Ang ganda-ganda po ng message nyo. I want to have you as a guest ulit next time kapag free ka na. So, may nagsabi dito, can you suggest a meal po to follow na affordable? Also, 1 year na po ako no rice. So, for the meals, anything lang yan. Yung normal Pinoy foods, actually, it's the same. Wala kang kailangan baguhin. You can still eat grilled pork, grilled isda, pritong manok, pritong kung ano-ano, tinola, mga sinigang, adobo, all those are okay. So, continue lang. Kung hindi ikaw nagluluto sa bahay nyo, continue your usual na kinakain na niluluto. But this time, no rice. Instead of rice, you can just double your servings of ulam or you can add more vegetables, green leafy vegetables as bulk. So, yun lang kasimple. But if you want something special, like especially for special days, kung merong mga occasions, maraming very generous members ang Life Without Rice group natin na nag-share ng daily meals, both daily easy meals and at the same time pang feast meals or pang party meals. So pwede yan. Doc P at Atencio, hello dear, thank you so much. I'm glad nakaabot ka. Doc P, for those of you who are following me, please also follow Doc P. Yung page niya is she is also a fellow low carb practitioner and is based now in Palawan. So Chloe, sabi ni Chloe, tita, best lifestyle so far, tita. You look great at 66. Ah,
Thank
'di ba? So,
you. Thank you, Flo.
and Eleanor
Thank
is saying also, thanks, Ma'am Army Benedicto. Stay healthy and happy po. Okay, you're
you.
welcome, Presbytero Mendoza Ginaline. Thank you so much. So, yung lifestyle na to, sabi natin, we cannot push anyone. Hindi natin pwede ano yun, parang
Pilit.
sampal sa kanila, no? Or whatever. But it is something that we can live on our own and hopefully keep on doing our part to keep on sharing, inspiring others. Eventually, they will listen, especially those loved ones na alam nila na wala tayong ulterior motive. Kasi kung totoo natin silang hindi mahal, the moment we stop talking to them about this way of life, meaning, nag-give up na tayo. Meaning yan, wala na tayong pakialam. Bahala ka na kung anong mangyari sa'yo. Tatanggapin ko na lang that it's gonna be the end of you anytime soon. But as we continue to do this, as we keep on reminding others, for our families who are listening and medyo doubtful pa in this way of life, know that we do this because we care about you. So, yun po. So, Doc Tia Tencha is saying, you look so young and happy po, tita. Yun ang pinakamahalaga sa lahat. So, that is really, really good. And I'm so sorry to say this, but we are already past our 1 hour time. We will still have a lot to tackle on, maybe on another episode next Friday. For those of you na medyo nabitin, stay tuned, watch our episode this coming Friday. Get ready with your questions. And at the same time, follow my page, Dr. Josephine Grace Chuarojo. You are also free to join our Facebook pages. For food inspirations, we have Life Without Rice, and for fasting motivations, currently we are doing ADF, no? Alternate Day Fasting November. So it's already ninth day that we are doing this. So thank you so much. You are free to join low carb feasting and fasting community. And hi, Sir PJ Mallorca. So for those who are ordering books, I usually give this. This is a green list. So this is a Banting green list. Although it's mostly maraming in in English, but I will try to make one in Filipino na more ang mga Filipino na foods, no? So what we have here, all the green list that you can eat, all you can eat to your heart's content. So the animal proteins, all meat, what kind of berries are good, what kind of fats are good, anong pwedeng mga oily na mantikain, the flavorings and condiments, ano rin pwede, nuts and seeds, the sweeteners that are approved, and the kinds of vegetables that we can have. So these ones, I will give sa mga nag-order ng books kasi nawala. I used to have this since last year, kaya lang nawala, and ngayon lang ako nakapaglinis ng konti na nakita ko na sila. So I will give you this, and you should, it's also searchable in Google. So we have this nilalagay namin sa dining table or sa kitchen kapag basta nakikita namin all the time. So, Tita, thank you so much once again. I hope you
You're
get to
welcome.
enjoy this
Yes,
episode.
very
Maraming
much.
maraming
Very
salamat
much.
po. And to
Yes.
everyone who stayed with us, thank you so much. I wish you well. Stay low carb, guys. Stay safe. Bye-bye.